Top Cut semi-finals right now. I'm your commentator as well, joined by...
Hi, I'm Aklif, your favorite commentator as well.
Obviously.
I've been out of this since mainly I've been playing in the tournament and I got in the Top Cut, but here I am out of the Top Cut. So as a favor, I'll be commentating.
Well played throughout until you reach Top Cut. That's congratulations as itself, it is Aklif.
Thanks a lot, Isman. Now, before we go on, we'd like to clarify a few things. Previously, it was supposed to be Chan Ji-Yoon versus Shahir Raza, but due to some technical errors with the 3D, both of the 3DS being different regions, therefore we have to put two other players who are also in the semi-finals, in this case, Quous Tee and Gary.
Yeah. We've seen Quous battle in the round before against, Akili for the matter, and Quous had a dominant matchup, right, because of his Meowstic and Xerneas lead.
Big 6 variant, it seems that with Meowstic having full support in light screen and reflect, which is pretty cool. Is it now? Moving on to Gary's team, I think it's a double primal?
Gary's definitely running double primal here, even we've seen in the Swiss rounds, right, like the Kyogre and Ogre and Groudon team for that matter. I've never even run Kyogre and Groudon. What's your perspective on this?
I myself run double primals. The good thing about it is that it helps a lot in dealing different Pokemon. But we'll move on to the screens, the Pokemon selection screen now. On our screen we have Quous as the bottom screen. You can see down there he's running Talonflame, Salamence, Meowstic, Groudon, Smeargle, and Xerneas. Now if you were on the stream before, you know this team, but if you're not, then this essentially is a big 6 plus Meowstic in this case.
Yep, definitely. Whereas on Gary's own, which you can't see on the screen above, he's running a Scizor, like I said, double primal, Salamence, Thundurus, and Gengar for that matter.
Now what's interesting in Quous' team is that even though it's a big 6 variant, it does not carry
Kangaskhan
it does not carry Kangaskhan, which is usually the crux of the team. It helps a lot with the fake out pressure and mainly dealing with random, I guess, other Xerneases and say Kyogres, which the Groudon might not be able to.
True, he must have very full confidence of ways of dealing with Kangaskhan fake out for that matter, for him to not even consider the Kangaskhan to even stay or sacking off the Salamence, right?
Correct. Now on Gary's team.
On Gary's team right here, I mean, there's so much to say, right? You have Scizor and Gengar. I mean, you have two mons like dedicated just to take out Xerneases.
I guess so, because you have Scizor here providing a pseudo support and kill, and as well as priority kills.
Yep, definitely.
With obviously Bullet Punch boosted by its addition ability and the fact that it can run Faint, along with Gengar, which usually is the numero uno counters to Kangaskhan's with
true.
Its effects, with not only just Will-O-Wisp and skill striking, but also can perform support skill swap on for double primal teams is very, very beneficial. Now we'll move on to Bell's screen right now and see what Pokemon these two very, very talented trainers send out as a lead.
As we do see, Quous sends out his Meowstic and Salamence lead right here.
Shiny, very, very steady. Let's see.
Definitely, and Gary's going to lead off with Gengar and Scizor at the moment right here.
Now, I believe that on Gary's team, he's provided a very somewhat safe lead because
he was really anticipating that Xerneas to come out right now.
And he also has mitigated the intimidate coming from the Salamence with Gengar being a special factor.
Now, we've already seen that the Meowstic does carry light screen for that matter.
Correct.
He could easily go for a light screen
He could go for a light screen or even can go for a reflect for all we know. But I'm thinking in this case,
yes, it's a
Fade and Icy Wind should come out.
Should come.
That's the best move that he can do when you like this first.
If he's even carrying the Fade.
Correct.
Yeah, true.
So,
I don't think Gary's going to Mega Evolve any of his Pokemon right here, because I'm pretty sure their items are much crucial right here. Yeah, like what you said, you do see a Feint.
I see it.
This is Salamence avoids it.
This gives chance for the Meowstic to actually launch off an attack, because as we see with his ability Prankster, it did not go for any reflect or...
Yeah, and this is a side shot going on to the Gengar.
Taking out that Gengar turn 1, which is very beneficial for Quous in this turn.
Yeah, and Quous has speed advantage because of the Icy Wind miss.
Correct.
Regardless, even if Meowstic had the speed drop, its Prankster ability is there. It has the support to provide.
So now it's basically free game now that the Salamence essentially is on, can double edge, can go for
true.
Hyper Voice.
Exactly, and the Scizor's at -1 attack. So,
correct. So it won't be able to do much this turn.
Yeah, damage output on Gary's side right now is not looking great.
A little bit unfortunate, I say, on Gary's side. Here we go, Kyogre coming in, but without having the speed advantage, a double edge is going to hurt on Kyogre.
Double edge, or definitely a double edge for that matter. He has to take out the Kyogre, but he could easily switch in Wait, if I'm not mistaken, Quous has a primal Groudon for that matter.
Yeah, he has a primal Groudon back. So, but I think the most obvious move here is to go for an ice beam onto that element.
He has to. He can't risk the weather switch in right here. Oh, a little bit of technical difficulty here, folks. Sorry.
Yeah, alright, now you can hear my beautiful and handsome voice, but that doesn't matter. What matters now is the battle.
Alright.
So you got a bullet punch from this. He's onto the Meowstic oddly. I was thinking he would go
Doing
for
about 5 damage right there.
yes,
folks.
but he got light screen. I assume another hyper voice would come out from the Salamence. No, it's actually a double edge. I mean into the Kyogre. Very obvious move
very
there.
obvious because if you were to go for Hyper Voice, it's double attack spread.
And it loses the damage. He won't pick up the KOs anyway. So he was thinking of. I'm thinking he would go for as maximum damage on the Kyogre as possible.
Yeah, definitely. Leaving way for the Groudon to come in right now.
Correct. Now with the Groudon coming in and with light screen on, it's not really much that Gary can pull off here.
Yeah, Quous is definitely going to go for a reflect. Knowing
Correct.
that the Scizor is out, it's physical attack.
I'm thinking this turn, like if Quous does switch in. Oh no, he actually switches in Talonflame oddly. I'm guessing the Brave Bird would benefit it. And right now it's easy pickings for the Talonflame to pick up on either Kyogre or Scizor.
Scizor for that matter. Yep. I'm not really sure what can Meowstic pull up right here because I mean the screens are already
Screens
set up.
I think the best thing for it is to switch out to Groudon right now.
Yeah, I think that's the best play as well. Get the weather advantage right now, and the Talonflame can easily go for Flare Blades if you want.
Correct.
Because Ice Beam has been mitigated
with the light screen.
With the light screen up, exactly.
And yep, Kyogre actually switches out.
Yep.
And I assume that Groudon comes in here. No, and actually it's Salamence, so it reveals to have its Intimidate, which I think is beneficial for the Groudon at the back.
Yep, true, definitely. But if Meowstic were to switch out right now, as we do see, definitely a Groudon is going to come in here. Its attack is still not -1.
But now that the Meowstic actually switched out before, I mean after the Salamence came in, it means that Groudon will not be intimidated.
Exactly.
So that's kind of a bit of a foul for Gary there.
But he needed,
isn't so good, yeah.
But he needed the weather advantage regardless. He can't lose the weather war right now.
And so here I assume would be a Flare Blades into the Scizor. Very obvious move, honestly.
There's a no risky play for him.
Yes, and now that he's down down to his last 2 Pokemon, I would say the weather war is won by Quous.
Yeah, definitely, no doubt right here. Because right now, regardless, the Talonflame could easily go for a
Brave Bird will. I don't think it will pick up the knockout because of the Intimidate.
Onto the Kyogre.
Yeah, I'm not too sure. It could be a bulky Kyogre.
Alright. But we'll have to see, can Groudon even attack the Salamence right
Correct.
now? We need to see either
I'm guessing the Groudon switches out though. It's a very obvious move here.
When we see a Protector come down from Talonflame right here.
Maybe. I think in the Salamence could go for an easy Hyper Voice.
Double Edge in now.
Double Edge into the Talonflame?
Yes, definitely onto the Talonflame right
now. I'm thinking a very good move here. If he has Origin Pulse, this is where your Origin Pulse.
Yeah.
Your Origin Pulse and you go for a Hyper Voice. So you get as maximum damage as possible.
Alright, you see a Meowstic switching right here from the Groudon slot. And we see Salamence.
Unless I think the Kyogre should protect it, yeah.
Yep, not risking the Brave Bird knocking out right now. Because Salamence, if it were to go for a Hyper Voice, the recoil from its Brave Bird is going to knock it out.
So here we go, protect.
Yeah, and we see Mega Salamence going for a Hyper Voice.
And actually goes for a Tailwind, getting the speed advantage. I think that's a very smart move there.
Yeah, definitely. Alright, we see a double edge going on to the Meowstic slot.
No, goes onto the Talonflame slot, but it actually only gives an advantage to Quous' side because now he has a very fast Groudon.
Very fast Groudon, but he still needs a way to knock out the Mets.
I think a light screen will be enough, and what's left is just to use Eruption or Rock Slide if he has it.
A light screen and a double spread move for that.
Correct, unless of course it misses.
Oh, hey, we've seen those plays.
We've seen those plays.
We've seen those plays.
These things happen a lot, you know?
Even in the previous round for that matter.
Correct, I mean, of course it does make the game a little bit more RNG based, but you know, it's the spice of life. That's what Pokemon's about. It's the spice of life.
The spice of life, ladies and folks. You hear it first from Utropolis right here.
So, of course, without these kinds of things, it'll only be a game of skill. But here we got a Reflect coming out from the Meowstic. Very obvious.
Yep, definitely.
But I'm thinking a Hyper Voice would be really good here. And actually goes for the Precipice Blade. But I guess it's just to ensure the knockout on the Kyogre.
Yep, definitely.
Unless, of course, but it didn't miss.
But we have to see whether does he have a weight. Yep, and we do see Hyper Voice.
And let's see how much damage it does with the light screen still on.
That does about 5 damage.
very, 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 I'd say respectable 25% anyways.
Yeah, I mean that light screen really
it really helps out. Now distance, like, yep, oh, and the reveals actually have rock too. So this picks up the KO, okay, it doesn't. Regardless, but now the speed advantage is even better.
Yeah, you see side shot, yes, coming out.
I think it's just to pile on the damage here. Yeah. And it actually does pick up the KO there, so does this mean that the Meowstic is actually offensive?
Oh.
Interestingly enough. I guess it doesn't need to run any more defensive.
True. Because of the screen.
Yeah, because of the screen already allows it to have these defensive investments without it.
Alright, now this brings up the question, can Gary adapt towards the
I'm pretty sure he can. He just needs to pull off the same move in the first turn. He needed to get the Icy Wind in the first turn. That was the thing that kind of turned his whole match around.
Yeah, true. The Icy Wind missing really crucial.
He would have pulled out the KO. It would have been enough for the whole. I'm pretty sure it would be enough to get him the KO on the Salamence and slow down his Meowstic as well.
Definitely, but regarding Quous side, I mean, if the screenplay is not going to work out for him, potentially a Smirgle Xerneas.
Yeah, Smirgle Xerneas would work out, that's for sure.
It went 4-0 just now in top cut round 1. So
correct.
We'll have to see whether he's going to go.
We'll have to see what's going to happen this turn, yes.
Yeah. Because I don't think he's going to lead with Smirgle Xerneas, knowing that he has Gary has Scizor and Gengar right here.
Correct. At the back there, it wouldn't be easy, I'd say.
Yeah. All right. Plus, we didn't see any life fall from the Scizor.
Yeah, that's true.
So potential Lumberry if the Smirgle were to go for a Dark Void on Scizor.
Yeah, I think like that's one way for Scizor to Gary to mitigate shenanigans of Dark Void.
Yeah, from Smirgle for that.
But regardless, here we go. We're going into the stream and let's see what these two players will lead with.
Right. If Quous wins this, he's gonna go in for top cut final. You can see Salamence and
Salamence, Talonflame lead. So
both shinies.
Both shinies, yep. Very aesthetic.
Very aesthetic.
And actually going for a Salamence Thunder. Now I think this is a very favorable position from Quous' side here. Because regardless of what happens here, he can Thunderbolt, he can Thunder Wave, he can hit a Power Ice if he has it, of course.
If he has it, yes.
But most importantly, I find here is that even if one of Quous' Pokemon switches out for Groudon, he can still basically, since he's threatened them into the Groudon switch, so therefore his Salamence can easily go for a Hyper Voice and get a respectable amount of damage.
True. Alright.
The question is what will he do? I think, I'm pretty sure here the Talonflame should go for a Tailwind or just switch out.
Yeah.
I think Tailwind is the best move.
Tailwind is the best move. Sack up the Talonflame, bring in the Groudon.
And hope for the best.
Yeah.
That is if his own Salamence doesn't have Tailwind.
Oh, true. Well, if Gary is carrying Tailwind on his Salamence as well.
That's why.
To match Tailwind.
Now here we have like a various form of speed controls. We know that the Talonflame carries the Tailwind, but we don't know whether. Yep, here we go. Switches out. I'm guessing Groudon comes in this turn. Yep.
Groudon is coming this turn.
It's a very obvious move. I think
getting the Thunderbolt from the Thunderbolt right now.
Gary should go for a Tailwind on his Salamence if he has it.
If he has it right now, now's the chance.
It would give him a very high advantage. And just hit a Power Ice onto the what's that again? Onto the Salamence, yes.
He's better going up live right now.
It depends on who wins the speed tie anyways.
True. Or Gary will pack in Draco.
Oh, correct. I mean, like, for all we know, Quous might have Draco Meteor on it.
But we just see Gary being the speed tie right now with Mega Evolve first.
Yes, and Salamence actually goes for a Protect. So if he does go for a Tailwind this turn, it will be very, very good for him. But no, it actually goes for a Hyper Voice.
Additional damage on this one. That does about 40%.
I'm not going to recommend it, honestly. But there we go. Respectable damage on the Groudon. Now, honestly, he can go for a Hidden Power or Thunder Wave onto the Salamence, which is very, very good in my opinion.
If he's packing it for the match.
If he's packing it, definitely.
Yeah, because all we've seen is just Thunderbolt, Attack.
Correct.
We've not seen any Hidden Powers coming out right now.
I'm guessing here, forgive me, that the Salamence switches out into something that he would want to sack, I guess.
Yeah.
I guess into the Meowstic would be nice. Since that it takes the least amount of damage from it. Yep, here you go. So he conserves his Intimidate by doing so, and he sends out the Meowstic, which is, I think, is the best move.
And we might just see a Protect coming onto the Groudon slot.
Yeah, Groudon should go for Protect.
No, he doesn't.
Nope.
Because I'm pretty sure he can survive a Hyper Voice.
Another Hyper Voice should be able to survive.
And going for a potential Rock 2 for him.
Yeah, I think the Rock 2 will definitely go on either the Groudon or the... Oh, and...
Yep. It's going to Thunderous slot.
I think it will go to Thunderous, and if it's not an offensive one, it'll pick up a KO. And it's not, yeah. Here we go. It's your VGC 15 bulky Thundurus,
Yep.
and that Groudon probably is not fully attack invested.
Yeah.
Probably.
Now I think Quous just has to rely on screens right here if he can break through paralysis and hope that the Pokemon in the back can pick up KOs.
Correct, that's for sure.
I mean Groudon just he can't outspeed anything.
Groudon's kind of a sitting duck honestly.
It's honestly a sitting duck right now. And Meowstic, if he wants to win, he needs to break through paralysis right now.
Alright, there we go. I think the screen's gonna come out here. Definitely light screen will be tried to get, unless he goes for a taunt. But if that thing has a mental herb, it's not gonna work.
It's not gonna work. Do you see mental herb coming out here?
And yes, it is a mental herb. So there we go. And a light screen does pop out.
Break through paralysis. Now if he wants cherry on the pig right now, he can set up a reflect on Zen.
If he avoids the next taunt, of course.
True.
But I think now they're both in range of just another Hyper Voice kill.
Yeah, definitely.
So Quous is a bit of a bind here since his Meowstic is not only paralyzed, but it's also at a HP enough for a Hyper Voice to kill.
True, definitely.
So it's got to hope to set out that reflect first, but with another taunt coming in, I don't think it's possible.
True, another taunt. Yeah,
Yep, and it mitigates any reflex or screens from coming out here.
Yeah. But we didn't even see Martin go for any special shenanigans right now.
Correct.
Because people have breakthrough paralysis, but we see a Salmon going for Hyper Voice first.
Yeah, so it's actually just easy game for him, honestly.
Yep. Alright, now we do see Quous setting out possibly his dual restricted launch right now, Groudon and Xerneas. Oh sorry, Salamence. We've seen Salamence before with the Intimidate.
Interestingly enough, it's a Salamence. Oh wait, of course, and he gets the Intimidate on. And yeah, I guess it works in tandem since he has Light Screen out, so the Intimidate works well. But lest we forget, he can always just switch out his Salamence.
Yep, to mitigate the...
Yeah, and I think it's already -2 attack since it never switched out.
It is
So Salamence is in a very good position. He just needs to switch out to get back anything. I think right now it's very good for him to bring in Kyogre, maybe sack Kyogre, and then later on bring Groudon for the end game. I guess Groudon Salamence is the end game is great.
Groudon, yeah, definitely.
Groudon Salamence is the end game.
And he has to wear off the light screen.
Yeah, so he really needs a few turns for him. I think he'll protect, let Thundurus die, bring in Groudon, switch out into... No, bring in Kyogre. And then like threaten with the Ice Beams, let it take damage irregardless, and then like Salamence will come in later on. Here you go. And no protect. So I'm thinking he's going for just another Hyper Voice. And it does not pick up the KO. Wow! If he Thunder Waves, the Salamence is going to be really nice.
Do we see it right here?
Yep, yes, there we go. Because here, Talonflame is not really a threat anymore if he has Groudon at the back. So once again, Hyper Voice bringing it, even with the light screen, and yes, Salamence is paralyzed. So here Thundurus can go for another sneaky, cheeky, bricky Thunder Wave.
Thunder Wave or Protect, for that matter.
Yeah, but I think as a support Thundurus, it does not have Protect.
Oh, true. Point taken.
And yet Talonflame actually goes for a Tailwind, which I think is a very smart move, but then again, he's only wasting this turn.
Yeah, he's only wasting his light screen turns. He should go full offense right now, more than ever.
There we go. It does not actually kill the... Oh my god!
Oh, everything's Hyper Voice.
There we go. Oh, and is that a critical hit? No, it's not. I don't think it is.
It's just max special attack.
Yeah, but now just Groudon needs to come in. No, even Kyogre coming in is fine.
Yeah.
Oh, and they actually refused to have Gengar, so will the Icy Wind connect?
It better connect. You didn't even see
Cross our fingers and hope it connects, man.
If it doesn't want to risk it, you could easily go for a Sludge Bomb for the man.
Yeah, but Salamence could always protect. I think the most important is to take out the Talonflame district. Yeah, regardless.
And the Mence is paralyzed. Gengar is faster regardless.
So here, I guess, yep,
Sludge Bomb onto Salamence.
Onto the Gengar, I think. Yeah, just go for a Sludge Bomb onto the yeah, it really, it's necessary.
Yeah. Don't want to risk that Icy Wind miss like what happened just now. True.
It's not good.
Pretty sure, let's go for a Sludge Bomb right now. Icy Wind.
And goes for an Icy Wind. Well, I guess to rub it in, I guess.
Yeah.
And nothing else. Nothing else. He wants to tell Quous that he's ice cold.
Oh, someone needs to take a chill pill right now.
Right there. All right, here we go. A 2-0 win comeback from Gary here. Now, the last match will decide who goes to the final in this case.
Yeah, definitely. I'm really enjoying that we get to see game 3 right now.
Yeah, it's fun when this happens, of course.
Because in the round 1 we only got 2 games and that was just it, right?
Yeah, I mean like steamrolling's nice for the person who wins, but you know we want to watch. And that's not what we want, right, ladies and gentlemen?
Yep.
But I'm thinking here that what Quous should do in the next scene is
yes, he leads Salamence, but he has Meowstic on field as well.
True.
And Gary definitely needs to have Thundurus on field.
Thundurus on the field.
And,
Possibly Gengar.
and I guess Gengar is the other
Gengar
side.
safe.
He needs to threaten it out.
I mean, Gary has realized that Quous would not lead off with Xerneas for the sheer fact that Gengar and Scizor is just there.
Yeah.
So he could play around that, right, for the matter?
Gary here, he is really putting on the pressure with the feint on.
Feint as well.
On,
We've seen
yeah,
feint,
on and the Gengar as well. So I'm thinking here what Gary really needs is a form of speed control. He needs to either set up his own Tailwind if he has it, which so far revealed that it doesn't, but we don't know because this is match 3 and I think it's only revealed Hyper Voice all this time.
Hyper Voice. That was
Just
nothing.
Hyper Voice.
Yep.
And
I think Gary's form of speed control, like we've seen, is the Thundurus going for
yeah, we got the
Thunder Wave.
Thundurus, we have the Gengar, with a lot of speed control honestly.
No
and,
Tailwind for the matter.
And Scizor also might as well carry Tailwind for all we know.
Ooh, big plays here, folks. We might
see something cool coming from Gary for all we know, and we're hoping he does bring those cool moves. But until then,
we'll just wait patiently and giddy like little girls.
Osman, your
Oh,
hello, testing, some technical error.
all right, we good. Yeah, we're still on mic.
Okay, so both mics seem to be fine, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay, regardless, we're going back. We're waiting for them to make a decision now.
All right.
In the meantime, how do you think Pokemon Sun and Moon, now that the reveal has gone out?
Hey, I'm on Team Litten.
I'm kind of on Team Litten as well, you know. But here we go. More importantly, it's a VG 2016
More
match.
important.
We'll talk about that later once this match is
Once
over.
it's over. All right. As we can see, Quous leads off with
Xerneas and Groudon, it's a very safe lead, honestly.
Two strict moves right off the bat.
Salamence, Thundurus.
Oh, right. This is
Salamence, oh no, Thundurus, Gengar. Wow, okay. Bringing on the threats
Bringing
here.
on the threats
But
here.
Groudon here is relatively safe.
We've seen Rock 2 Groudon.
Correct, so it can potentially slow down the Thundurus or the Gengar. But then again, like, you only match if he uses Icy Wind.
Right. I totally forgot if it connects to.
So I think here, honestly, since he's gonna go definitely for Eruption, so switch out Gengar into Kyogre.
Fire Punch, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, but let's face it, like, it's definitely Eruption distance since both of them can't really do much damage. It's gonna be an Eruption turn coming from Quous, and on Gary's side, he's probably gonna switch out. I think he should switch out Gengar, honestly. Just switch out Gengar, bringing Kyogre, then Thundurus goes for a Thunder Wave. Or Taunt. I think Thunder Wave is better.
Thunder is much better, giving the paralysis chance of his Xerneas.
Yeah, even if he goes for a Geomancy, it's gonna be mitigated by that. Since you cut the speed to a quarter of its original speed.
Yeah. Alright, so both players are making a decision. Gary has already made up his mind.
And actually, switches out Thundurus, I think a Sludge Bomb onto the Groudon, and since the
Xerneas might go for protect.
yeah, the Xerneas might go for Protect. It's kind of obvious that Xerneas Protect system. But that is if it happens.
True. This is Kyogre looking at his primary burst right here. Alright, what attacks will he decide to go for here? Getting the better control on Gary's side right
So
now.
if in the case if Groudon does go, yeah, here goes Sludge Bomb. Does it go in? And it actually goes into the Xerneas. Wow, and look at that damage.
And
Actually gets the poison. 30% skill, ladies and gentlemen. Dazzling Gleam gonna do minimal damage. Oh, actually, it does respectable damage. There you go, Fire Punch sizzles out.
That was not a good.
Now, next turn is just gonna, Xerneas is gonna die, so it really needs to attack.
Yeah.
So I guess this turn for Gengar is a very simple Icy Wind and Protect from Kyogre.
Icy Wind and protect, yep.
Kyogre needs to protect, you can just Icy Wind. Quite a risky play coming from Quous there. I think the Protect would have been better on Xerneas.
Definitely. Should have anticipated much better. And the
Yeah,
Fire
since
Punch-
you have two things, I think even switching out Xerneas would be the best play.
Yeah, definitely.
And going into something like less, but I guess there's nothing you can switch in. I mean, like, what is that, Meowstic? Smurgle?
You should have set up the light screen.
Yeah, I think this Meowstic and Xerneas or Meowstic Salamence would have been a good lead anyways.
True, definitely. But leading off both your potential threats, your means of offense.
Correct,
right off the
correct.
bat, you're
You know, right off the bat, you need to do it.
Yeah.
You have to do it. You gotta do it.
Just for the show, right?
No, that's the best move. Yep. He switches out Groudon. Not the best move, honestly, and brings it Meowstic. But here you go, Xerneas is just gonna go down to an Icy Wind by Gengar since it's faster.
Yep.
And I guess a Water Spout or
Water Spout is definitely a play.
Yeah, it's
Because
definitely
a protect coming out,
it's
right?
gonna hurt, like, it's gonna hurt hard basically.
Did you see a water stock? Did you see a water stock coming here? Or Origin Power? Did you see a water stock? I'm pretty sure there's going to be
Yeah, water stock should be able to KO it.
right now.
In rain, high HP, single target.
Single target, you know, for a matter, rain boosted.
Yep. So here we go, Grado's gonna come in now.
Can someone do the counts on that?
If Gengar actually has skill swap, then
This is a
things will be
beautiful
very,
play
very,
right here.
very interesting.
But we've seen it actually in the Swiss rounds, he does carry.
Ah, exactly. Now the thing is that Salamence threatens it quite a bit, but then again, it's a Gengar. Who cares?
Gengar is definitely faster than Salamence regardless.
Yeah. So I think this then you should go for it.
I see we protect on
No.
the
I see it protect. Hopefully, if the Salamence doesn't protect this turn,
True.
or he goes straight for the skill swap and another like water spot, I
just
guess.
get off his range. Right?
But then again, the Salamence can just double edge. So I guess you just skill swap and then you ice beam.
Yeah,
and
get rid of the Salamence right now. Let
Let-
your two other Pokemon in the back handle the ground.
Come in like now. It's just you chipping them enough for your next two Pokemon to come in and for the kill.
True.
So really, Gary's in a favorable position here.
Yeah. Salamence going for Mega Vision. Green.
I'm really thinking that double edge comes here.
Yeah, definitely.
And no, Kyogre goes for protect, so that means
coming out right now.
Salamence is going for protect.
Yeah.
That's not, and here you go, Icy Wind.
Right.
Oh, and then dealing massive damage there, Salamence. Times 4 weakness. You should call your Salamence Titanic because it really hit the ice break this time.
Oh my goodness, okay,
And goes for the double edge onto the Gengar. I think that's a good move. It's alright. And Precipice Blades to hopefully pick up the KO, but oh no, actually goes for a Fire Punch. Wow.
Now knowing that Kyogre is protected, I'm pretty sure Gary's gonna bring on the Salamence.
Yeah, and he'll just go for a Hyper
Hyper
Voice.
Voice. Hyper
Switch
Voice
out
Ice
Kyogre, honestly. Just switch out Kyogre.
for one.
Switch out Kyogre. So that later he can bring in his weather.
True, but or you could just go full offense here.
Yeah,
Hyper
Ice
Voice
Beam
and
works
Ice Beam.
too. I guess so. But here, like, he should really go for a Hyper Voice and Ice Beam.
I'm pretty sure the
Groudon.
Groudon's gonna go for Rock Tomb onto the
Or
Salamence.
Protect, probably.
Protect wouldn't matter. But now that it's Icy Winded already, so the Salamence on Gary inside is definitely gonna be faster. Picking up the Hyper Voice skills right now.
Yep, so it's kind of easy, and that's actually quite a lot of damage on that Groudon. So
Exactly,
Ice
that's
Beam
right.
could even pick up the KO here.
That's right, it's gonna pick up about 20% of damage right now. It's gonna pick up the KO.
Does it pick up the KO? And
It does.
yes, it does. So congratulations to Gary. He actually goes on to the finals
Gary's good.
of this Premier Challenge.
Yep. Quous did make it very
Doing
far.
well, actually. I think that was a 4-0. No, it was a 3-0.
3-0, yeah.
Still a very respectable play from Gary. Coming in with a few comebacks at the end there. Like I said, I think in the first set, it was just unfortunate he couldn't get the Icy Wind up.
Yeah, definitely. If not, he would have gotten the lead.
Correct, that's for sure.
Yeah. All right, coming to see Gary in the finals. He's going up against.
So, will he be
well,
going up against
Yet to be
Gio?
announced, guys. All
So,
right.
let's hold on. We get news on who actually won for the other semifinals.
You were mentioning about Pokemon Sun and Moon.
Yes. Now, you see, I am going to buy Pokemon Sun. And probably Moon as well. But I'm on Team Sun this time now.
Which starter do you pick? Rowlet?
I'm not
Is
too
it for
sure.
the first time ever we're gonna consider a grass type?
No, I mean like
I've always-
grass
I've always
types
found
have kind of always been in the early stages they look the coolest. Like
Definitely
we have Bulbasaur, it's alright. Even though I'd say the age of Sceptile, the age
Snivy.
Snivy, yes, they had in the early end, but knowing how Pokemon works, like probably we have to wait until probably the next few reveals where I'm guessing by then they'll reveal the final evolutions of the
Final
starters.
evolutions, definitely.
But talking more about that, the legendaries of Pokemon Sun and Moon, what are your opinions on them?
Oh, their designs look amazing.
I'm thinking they're harking back to the Gen 4 kind of style, which is a little bit overcompensating, but it still works.
Yeah, it still works.
Now
Definitely.
we have our Solgaleo and Lunala, I think, if I'm not
I'm
mistaken.
not really sure of their names right now. But
Yeah, but regardless, Team Sun here because I believe in jolly cooperation.
Josh cooperation. Well, there you go, folks. And I can't wait to explore the Alola region for that matter.
Yeah, I'm guessing that will be pretty cool by then. But for now, I will cut off the stream and we'll see you for the finals of this match versus Quous Tee and whoever's coming up next. See ya. Gary. No, sorry, Gary Ng versus whoever won the other match. So we'll catch you in, I guess, a few more minutes. See you guys.
See you on the